Hi, this is Mrs. Schmidt, and this video demonstrates how to collect your data. I want to reiterate again that once you start now collecting your data, it's important that you collect the data and observations for the knowns and the unknowns. Then you will complete part 4 of your lab report to match a numbered dropper to one of these solutions over here by using your data, and then you can check your results. You want to do that all in one setting, because if you leave this website, it will reorder these samples, and then you'll have to start over. I learned that the hard way. So when you start collecting your data, you want to make sure that you have 30 minutes to an hour set aside where you can work on it without being interrupted. So you're going to dispense a drop of each of these solutions, and I have done this several times, and I think it's a good idea to drop down first, and I think it's a good idea to use a black background throughout. So to deliver a drop of potassium carbonate in every cell, I click on the pipette. If I needed to move it somewhere, you can move it, and then if I click, it dispenses one drop. By clicking the next cell, that moves the pipette, and then clicking it again, I deliver one drop. It's important that you deliver one drop all the way. So one drop of each solution in each cell. That's our controlled variable. And then you can just move the pipette and continue to dispense one drop down here. Then you would click here, and you would have to move the pipette to where you want it. And so I can't drag it over, all right? You have to click where you want it, and then it will move there. And then I can click again, and it will dispense a drop of barium nitrate. And then again, I just repeat that all the way down. And if you make a mistake, you can click on the Q-tip, and you can erase that cell, and you can start over. Then you're going to, once you've got this whole thing filled out down with each one of these, you're going to come back here, and now I need to put one drop of potassium carbonate in each cell across 5. So I click potassium carbonate again, and it's in the cell I want, so I click it, and nothing happens, which is not surprising, but I still need to record it. So I record X for no observation, and then if you look down at the bottom of the page, G will be for gas bubbles, W will be for white, and Y will be for yellow. So nothing happened in the first cell because we just basically added a drop of the same thing, and I click OK. Now, another thing I learned is if you click here, it will show your results as you're collecting them, and I suggest you do that. And then I can just continue collecting my data across the row, all right? And so in the second cell, when I combined it, I see a white precipitate, so I click the pencil, and now I change the X to a W. Right? And then it shows that when I combined barium nitrate with potassium carbonate, I saw a white precipitate. So you would just continue to collect all your data. And then when you're done collecting your data at this point, the directions of your lab tell you to take a screenshot of the entire apparatus, both the well plate and the data table. Of course, your data table will be filled out, as will your well plate. So when you do that, what I mean is I want you to take a screenshot that shows me everything, all right? So I want to see everything. I want to see your well plate, your solutions, and your data table. I don't need to have the little arrows, all right? So you're going to do that. Then you will move on to your unknowns. And the procedure is exactly the same, only now you do not know what the contents of dropper 1 are, right? That's what you're going to do at the end is you're going to compare what you see in this setup when you combine them, and then you can compare that to what you know happened, and you will work backwards to deduce the contents of each mystery dropper, which is the goal of the lab. Again, when you've got this all filled out and your data tables filled out, you will take another screenshot of the whole apparatus, and then you will be ready to move on into part of your lab document. So there's a step you have to do in here, and I'm about to run out of Screencastify time. But what you need to do is part 4 in your lab write-up. So you have to figure out, it's part 4. You have to figure out what you think is in each tube. And once you have that part of your lab done, then you can come back here and click check your results.